All right, welcome everyone to the final broadcast of the week. Pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you, walking you into the closing session here, Joel. And it looks like, against all odds, with unemployment at 14% and 20 million jobs lost last month, that we are going to close green.
And green it is. We are up 40.5 handles here at 29.20.50. A little dip off the open, but couldn't even get to the top of Thursday's range. The top of Thursday's range was 28.95. Got to 28.95.75, and then just began to meander. It's really picking up some power here in the final hour. A little bit of sell off midday, but it's been a steady climb pretty much here since I call it 1:15. We are approaching the highs of the session. Overnight high 29.23. We are currently trading at 29.21. Upside target. I mean, I got a big old juicy upside target at 29.61.75 based on the 9-day average trading range. But you know what? It's been coming in, so I don't think we're going to get that high. What we may see though is the high close here for the rebound, that 29.41. We hit that last week. So here we are about to make new highs for the session. Crude up a buck 16 at 25.99. Not a bad week for crude. What gold made yesterday, it gave back today, down 17.30 at 17.08 and a half. Silver in the green by 15.5 cents at 15.74 and a half. And Bitcoin trying to post that close over 10,000 for the second day in a row. That's the futures. We got the halving coming up on May 11th. We are at the highs of the session, Spencer. And Spencer,
Yeah,
when are we going to do the at the close show from the office?
beats me, man. I don't know. I was hoping to myself that I thought that we could be back in the office by the end of the month. That seems unlikely now, but
Yeah.
looks like we're heading into June. But some places are starting to reopen here. Apple just came out about a half hour ago and said that they're going to reopen some of their stores starting next week. Their stores in Idaho, South Carolina, Alabama, and Alaska are all going to start opening next week. And Apple's at the high of the session here.
Yeah, Apple 310.29. That's your high up 624. They tried to hit this thing after earnings. Let's take a look at Apple here and see. It's had a very good week here. Earnings was, I believe, a week ago today, right? And for Apple, and boy, you got a little March going on here. Let's see, one or two, two or three, three or four, three or five. I bet this thing has been up. Well, we'll just go straight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day in a row. Apple's trading higher, back above 300. Current high 310.29. Don't look now, but old time high in Apple 327.85 from January, 17 points away. Just they tried to knock it down on that report, but good stock. Apple, not brick and mortar, some brick and mortar, but boy, can you imagine how packed those stores are going to be when they reopen?
I
Because
don't know. That's the
you
thing.
don't think
Is
so? What
I
are
don't
they going to
know.
do?
They could be. I don't know. They could. I don't know. I really don't.
How packed can things be? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's the big unknown here. Like those stores, people were shoulder to shoulder sitting at tables. I remember sitting in a class, trying to learn how to use my Apple iWatch or whatever. But it's good to see. I mean, the places that they're opening, Idaho, some of these places are a little bit, less densely populated. So that's something to say. But we'll just have to see. They're going to be prepared, probably limiting the people that are coming into the stores and
Yeah, I mean
how far they can be
those
apart.
stores they can get like packed like a
What's
mob.
going on with Apache? Alan Vergara is asking about Apache. We're going to try and throw some symbols in here today besides
Yeah,
the ones that we want to talk
yeah. They
about.
they caught it. They did catch a downgrade today on the heels. They had earnings on a Wednesday, and they caught a downgrade today from CFRA to sell. CFRA is not a hugely influential
Nope.
firm, but I guess it's notable if you're following the stock.
They're really not influential if they downgraded the stock and it's up today. Did you say they downgraded? It was
Yep,
downgraded today?
that's what I
Well, that
said.
downgrade's being faded. Uh, boy, this stock in the oil patch, boy, it's trying. I'd say just sticking out here. The Harlan Pie in here. You had 1405. That was your high just back on April 30th. That was your high. And then when it started to fall off a cliff, that came from 1370. That was back on March 9th. So it's consolidating here, and near I'd say you got to clear 14. You clear 14, and what happened to them on? Was this just market related on March 9th, Spencer? Because you look on Pro, because they had an uninitiated 2-for-1 stock split. Was that earnings?
That was probably market related. That was
The 9th? Wow, to lose 50% in a day?
uh
It had to
yeah,
have
yeah,
been.
that was when the oil war started, the price war. Uh
Really.
yeah.
2-for-1 stock split. It went from 2070 to 955 the following session. Went on to bottom at 440. Excuse me, 430. No, excuse me, 380. So this is it's trying to recover. I'd just say a lot of people trapped in this thing from that gap down day in the oil. So if you do clear 14, I just don't think it's going right to 2022. A lot of people trapped in between. If they're averaging down, they'll try and get out in this area. But long-term downtrend since 2014, it's trying. Got to get above $14.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to some more stocks from the chat. We have 15 minutes
Sure.
left, and I want to just take as many tickers from the chat. We have our own list, but our own list is more the same. It's I wanted to look at names like Roku
Mm-hmm.
and Shopify, but I want to get some questions from the chat here. So let's go to
Are we getting any
oh
Tesla headlines?
here's one. Any Tesla headlines? Well, they're going to reopen. They're trying to reopen their plants. I
There
think.
you go. Up
Uh,
40 sticks here,
yeah.
820.73. Boy, good level, folks. On I believe it was earnings day. You got up to 869.82. So there you go. That's a ways away, but that was a high you hit on earnings day before it fell off a cliff. So there's your next target in Tesla. I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you going to mention?
I was going to mention DBX. This is one that we talked about on the PM show yesterday. I went along into earnings, and it has kind of just been a dud
Did you
here.
dump it?
No, I didn't dump it. So I'm even in this trade. I'm back to where I'm pretty much back to where I bought it. So
You had to be early. This popped up to
yeah.
2302. I don't know. I mean, you haven't taken out yesterday's low, which is good, 2074. Couldn't hold that move up to 23. Kind of mixed on this one, but Spencer, you're going to get a double close here. You have the high of the rebound at 2189. So here we're trading at 2162. So I think if you can close above that 2189, maybe you got a chance to go back up and test that 23 level. I'll call 21 is where you may want to cut bait here. 2126 was your low, current low today, 2074 from yesterday. So split that. 21 is your support in DBX. And yeah, if you bought it for earnings and it went up for earnings and you didn't sell it for earnings, then
Then what am I doing?
you might not listen to the Benzinga pre-market prep show.
You're exactly right. All right. Someone in the chat asking, it's mentioned, don't be a bag holder. That's funny. Too late. What the hell is up with AbbVie? They got FTC clearance on their merger with Allergan the other day. And let's pull up ABBV.
Ooh, it's found a resistance point, and it's trying to break out like you've never seen before. 88.15. That was your high on Wednesday of this week. And then you go back to when the market was getting hit and you had a high A7. It doesn't look as clean as it does when you're just looking at the chart because those highs are pretty spaced out. 88.15, high of the rebound. Next day, 86.84. I know it looks a little tired. I would say you better get back over that 88.15 here, or could lose some momentum. I'll tell you the area that you really want to see it hold, though. You want to hear it hold today's low. Today's low, 82.45. Your low on Tuesday, 82.60. So there's your must hold level for ABBY, ABBV. Spencer.
Oh, sorry.
Said you've been doing the old mute trick, man. That's
Yeah.
typical.
Well, what happened is I was unmuted and then I muted myself. And
Accidentally?
yeah, I didn't realize I was unmuted. I thought I was muted, and then anyway. Okay, so let's go to my favorite website to browse slash waste time on, and that is Zillow. They had earnings after the close here yesterday, and the earnings were okay. The sales beat on the estimate, and the earnings. What was the earnings number? Let me pull the earnings up real fast. I don't have it on the screen. Let's pull it up in Pro. I see earnings for Zillow Group, 25-cent EPS loss versus a 38-cent loss estimate. So a beat on the sales, a beat on the revenue, and it blasted off and it's off the highs here.
Yeah, well, it started a steady march, open higher, March, 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 and then hit 57.17. What do you have here on the dailies? 57.22, but I mean, I'm just kind of pulling that out of the hat here because I was just going back. It's kind of after the fact. 57.22, and then you saw some profit takers coming in, just hanging out here at $53. I mean, not really getting away from it, but not really crashing either. Low of the session is, wow, 40. This thing's a mover. So filled the gap from yesterday, 49.61. You want to see this thing I mean, yesterday's or today's low is good. That coincides with the high from yesterday. Good close here. I just don't know. I mean, are people buying houses? I know the Brentsters out looking for one. I just don't know. And actually, I have heard that people are buying houses off virtual tours. So
I don't know. I just know that if they made money off the time I spent on their site, they would be raking it in because I spent a lot of time on Zillow.
that 350 passed here,
Yeah.
and wow, well, I must have been sleeping here. We went to 29.26. When did we do that? Was that just on this bracket here? Yeah. So maybe I don't know. We'll get the balances. They might be a little bit slated to the down to the upside here. Some buying balances, real
That wouldn't
quick.
shock me.
Yeah, real quick move to 29.26. Not a relevant level here for me, but that doesn't mean it can't be the high of the day. Okay, let's keep going.
I see 1.1 billion to buy. I see
That's
860 million to buy. So there's some buy. Yeah, people. I don't know. People just want to buy into the close. I guess buy into the weekend.
all right. Temple Ton is asking about Hack, and we've had the creator
Ooh.
of Hack on before, right?
We have. He no longer runs. Andrew no longer runs
Andrew
Hack.
Shannon.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Andrew Chen no longer runs Hack, but he did create the ETF, and now he runs the space ETF. I forget what the symbol for that is, but it's not SPC.
UFO.
UFO. Thank you. So yeah. Anyway, Hack. This is I own one of the peers of this. I own the CIBR fund, but same exposure more or less. But it's all cybersecurity.
Okay, this chart is looking interesting, and I'll tell you what, I could really feel confident here in telling you, you need to bust above 42 and a half. Yesterday's high, 42.24, closed on a high tick for the session. Uh, Sold off just a little bit today, but back up there again. Double close maybe at 42.24. Maybe we can get above and close there. New high for the move, 42.50. This thing sold off in February, and that was a 41.88 high. So I'd really like to see it close over 42. This is a little bit slow of a mover. So I don't think that if you close over 42, you're gonna immediately go to the double top at 42.90, 42.94. But I keep on that. I mean, there's no daily highs in that. That's where you came down in February. Also, that high February or the close on February 24th, that was 42.61. So hanging in there, I mean, it's not worth looking at on the short side yet. This is the fourth update in a row. Or no, I did have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day winning streak. Big day yesterday. Digesting the room, not a heavy volume stock though, so don't get too big in that one.
Here's one we haven't looked at in a very long time on this show. MSI, Motorola Solutions. They had earnings after the close yesterday, and they actually gave some guidance for the quarter, which is nice to see. So their earnings were good, EPS beat, sales missed, and they gave Q2 EPS guidance a range of $1.18 to $1.27 per share. So they did withdraw their guidance for the fiscal year. It's nice to have a barometer for the current quarter.
Someone loves this stock at 13, and this is called 13 and a quarter. Low at 13.17. This was back on April 24th. And then you had 1, 2, 3 lows in a row. No, only two, 13.27, 13.25. Today's lows above that. So really, I mean, someone really wants to own the stock there. I don't know if they're chasing it. Kind of been in a trading range here. Not quite an inside day because you exceeded the high. 1422 hasn't closed over four. I don't know. I mean, the next resistance 1499, but that's a ways to go. And this thing really does it moves pretty good. Next target, if it can hold 1499.
Let's take a look at
LTHM.
Sure.
Live in Corp is looking live. Full disclosure, do own this one.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Gene Munster call. Everyone knows Gene Munster, the founder of Loop Ventures. Battery. This is a play on Tesla in the battery, the lithium batteries. He's like this one. It's labored for quite some time. Perking up today, though. Up 50 cents, clearing some resistance. What do we got here? We gapped down in March when the market was gapping down. Really like to see this thing close over 7. Not sure we're going to get it today. But long, the breakdown with the market, the long consolidation, and just creeping higher. So I like the chart on this one, and don't have any plans to be doing anything with it anytime soon.
Yeah, we know you like to buy and hold. Let's look at eBay here. Whoa, is that an all-time high? No, it's not. It's close.
Wow. eBay on the march here. I guess people don't have much to do. I guess they're just buying and selling things on eBay. This has been that had a heck of a April, and adding to the gains in May, up 81 cents. Now this was, of course, a spinoff, right? You could add PayPal. I don't know. Should I say 43? Have we hit 43 yet? That was your high in April.
Wow.
Yeah, 43 was your, no, not in April. What am I looking at? Oh, April of a long time ago. April of 2018. That's what you're looking at. That's your next target here for eBay. But man, oh man, you could count look at that March this thing went on in April. Holy mackerel. How many updates in a row did it have? It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of 9, 9 of 10. I don't know. You've had like 12 or 15 updates here. It's been a really slow, steady march for this. I don't know. Maybe just keep an eye on the highest low of the move. The highest low of the move, 4170. Going to post another close here, another higher close for, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. I mean, it's a freight train, man. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe when you break that pattern, I mean, you've had higher highs, higher lows, and higher closes. So, with stocks like this to make runs, and I'm trying not to, pick a top in them, I will take the highest low, and the highest low in that stock, which is 64 cents above the second highest low. So I'd keep an eye. I mean, if you're playing it close to the belt, keep an eye on 4170. Let's see if it can get up to that $43 area.
Looking ahead to next week here, really it's the start of the retail earnings season. We get JD.com next week. We get VF Corp, and we get Under Armour. So Cisco as well, Cisco Systems, but it's really the start of retail earnings for next week.
That should be interesting. But, once again, online retailer versus brick and mortar.
My sign just fell. That's all right.
What sign?
The Benzinga sign just fell behind me. It's like it's the end of the week. It's Friday. It's my signs are falling off the wall here. That just should show you where we're at here.
I,
Uh,
I
in
hope I
the
hope that wall doesn't come down with all the signs that you have on there.
yeah, I don't.
And I hope
It's
you
just
use.
good to show the state of my mental state right now. That sign's a metaphor for something. All right,
Uh,
Joel. Heading into the
I
close
hope
here.
I hope that you're using good, not real sticky tape there. I'd hate to see you get socked on your security deposit.
I'm actually out of tape is the problem. That's actually the problem is I ran out of tape and I haven't bothered to buy more. So, all right, we are closed, Joel. 4 o'clock has come and gone and it was a good day.
It was a good day, and we had the little drop off when you hit that 24.26 here. You're actually getting some nice buying right here after the close. I mean, after that 4 o'clock bell, right? We already hit that 29.26. That's your high. We'll see if we can do better than that in the after hours. 29.41. That is your high close of the move. Your high for the rebound so far has been 29.65. And the way this market's been trading overnight, I mean, wake up Sunday morning, you could be right there. I just want to see what day. I think it hit that 29.65 last week. Yes, that hit that on the 30th. So there's your target, 29.41. That was your closing high of the move so far on April 29th.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Looking ahead to Monday's show, we'll be joined by Kenny Glick from Hit the Bid. He's our resident comedian. So he'll be on Monday. That means it'll be a lively show. Viewer discretion is advised for Monday's show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Please remember all the information from this broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. And wherever you are, stay safe.